And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and we know Valentine's Day is over, and our set will be changed, I think, tonight.
It's getting there.
Yeah, we had to, the one day they put into effort, we had to give that an extra day.
Well, I think the one that's doing all of the work back there had plans for Valentine's, didn't you?
I sure hope not, because that's kind of over.
Well, I'm talking about yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what she
I did go get, did you? Because we talked, and you were going to venture out and buy something.
Yeah, I got everything.
You pulled through in the end.
Did you?
Barely. Barely, but I did get something.
Well,
that's just tough to remember. I'm telling you.
Well, the time goes by so fast. It's like my intention was to get it earlier.
Yeah, but it is. That is your first thought of my intention.
But no matter what the background says, we're still in the Toyota Meridian Studios.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely there.
And it's Thursday.
Whew, time of flying.
Whoo, and Friday's coming. It'll be here tomorrow.
It will be.
Man.
So, there we go. We do hope your day. I don't know why the comments aren't exactly working today.
Oh.
There they go.
There they are.
Yeah, here we go.
And Ash Wednesday, I didn't get a chance to go get my ashes, and we had a deal with Mama over at Brookdale and couldn't make it to the ash services, but Lord forgive us. But a lot of people did. I saw a lot of people around town with
Catholic does that, but I didn't realize
Methodist to do it too.
Man, I was in a Methodist church for like 30 years and they ain't never done that.
We got a preacher.
Somebody got caught in a chimney once and got it on them.
We got a preacher that is, if it's in the book, we're going with it.
But I'm not kidding, though.
We're not a typical Methodist.
So y'all
say that if it's in the book, we're gonna do it.
So y'all do little ashes, okay?
Yeah.
They hadn't started doing that over the Baptist church either. I'm over there too.
Blessed with oil. We do all that good stuff.
I had a friend of mine who at one point in his life had been Pentecostal, then he switched to Presbyterian, and then I think he tried Methodist. He'd come up with this word that put it all together, and he said, I'm one of them, and I cannot remember how he said it.
Well, I did the Pentecostal and all. I got too old to jump a pew, and I had to go back to Methodist.
They're going to come after you. OD, right here.
No, I mean, look, I went to all of them. And I have nothing against a single one of them. As long as the big man upstairs invited, I'll be there.
Yeah, and make no mistake, y'all, when you get to heaven, they are not going to have a Baptist line. They're not going to have a Methodist or a Catholic line. That's not the way this whole big picture works here. Just so long as you go to church and believe the man upstairs, I think everything's going to be good.
I wonder if the Baptist will talk to you at the wine store.
Oh, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. They are going to come get you. OD. Right there. Y'all get him.
Oh, man.
As we start today, as we said, cold outside, 36 as you're making your way up and at 'em today. As we said, a lot of things are going to be going on in Philadelphia. And we'll tell you about that in just a moment. Your chances to raise money to help somebody that needs some help. Also, I wanted to point out, we had a fire yesterday, and let me see if I can get to the pictures. We got somebody in the community that does need your help, that lost absolutely everything they had. But when the call came out, and by the time firefighters got there, it was already over.
It was, and it was traumatic for them.
Absolutely.
A young couple, they do need our help. We'll try and get information on what they need, but as you can see, they lost everything they had.
Firefighters done their absolute best, and I say this on top of this: as firefighters arrived on scene, they need more help. If you've got a little bit of time, you're retired, you've got time during the day. It's a portion of not having enough people. Had there been 2 or 3 people trapped in the house, I'm not so sure they could have made it in there in time.
We really need more people to help out with the volunteers. You don't have to go inside of a home and fight fire. That's not the only job out there. If you can get vehicles to the scene, help us pull some hose, help us get water flowing, that's what we need. We need some firefighters too, but it's anything that you can do, and everything is available to do for the fire department.
So keep it in mind whenever you have an extra moment or two, see what you can do that. And even if you can't do any of that and they come around and knock on your door and they go, look, hey, we're selling spaghetti plates, buy one. Boy, that goes a long way, don't it?
Anyway, yeah, and I mean, a turnout, for one guy to have turnout to go inside that fire, $10,000. And we've got to raise that money. All these other fire departments got to raise that money with chicken plates and sketty plates and pancakes, and go help them out. It really does help you.
As you were talking about religion, I see in the headlines here where Joe says he's given up the press for 40 days for Lent. I am not lying, y'all. That is the headline this morning. Hello, hello, hello.
All I'm going to say is there's an election coming up. And this is it?
That's your choice on one side. But again, y'all, let me remind you of what really is going on. By the time he may win the nomination, but by the time the presidential election hits, he's going to be replaced by someone else. The party will step in and say, we realize he's sick now, and this is our pick to replace him. That's coming. Who that person is, I don't know. I've seen Megan, what's her name, Fox? Megan.
Was it Megan Fox?
She was on
Megyn
Fox.
Kelly?
Megyn Kelly. She has hinted at that. There's been several names thrown in the hat. I don't know who it will be, but I do think it's going to happen. Trump, I don't know if y'all saw this in the news yesterday, and he makes a lot of sense with this. All this going on overseas right now, these countries that are members of NATO don't pay. The United States pays $150 million or billion, I forget which it is. And he says, if you don't pay, then we don't protect you anymore.
Ding,
and
ding.
They were trying to give him a hard time about that, but that's a lot of truth to that. If you don't pay, then we don't send our jets to help you.
But we're the country that if you don't work, we'll give you $10,000 to raise your kids.
It's a lot
once a year, because.
But it's so many we're giving to every other country. Pretty soon, the American taxpayer can't tote the burden forever. We pay for things worldwide that just blow my mind, and other countries don't help out. The Ukraine thing, we how many wars can we keep giving to? Now
it's not our war,
I realize that. How many of these does it take?
Take care of ourselves first. And Angie said it good. There's a national IQ test coming in November. Are you going to pass or fail?
That's a good way to put it. We'll be right back as we begin this day. More on the way. We're going to learn all about Philadelphia and the events that are going to happen this weekend. Y'all stay with us. We'll do that next. Your next appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, drop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers. A showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen, Amana, and delivery is available. With a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. and by appointment after hours and weekends. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. As we mentioned, there's something going on in Philadelphia, and so let's get the scoop on what it is. There's a benefit this weekend for Sam Allan Smith. Guys, let's turn the camera. Let me turn some mics on and come to y'all and tell us a little bit about Sam, of what happened. Sean, Danny, y'all
Sam,
tell us what went on.
He's just a young, humble young man that was involved in an automobile accident, and all of his friends got to hitting us up, let's do something, and we did. We started putting a little something together, and well, it's not little anymore.
So when did the accident happen?
End of October. He's just recently moved to rehab, starting to learn everything over again. I mean,
but is improving.
He is improving every
yes.
day. I mean, I got to see him right after it happened, and I mean, it was tough. You know.
Now, how old a fella is he?
So he turned 17 in ICU at Batson.
Ooh.
And I mean, just a good young man. I mean, it was just hurt the whole community when it happened, and we've all started coming together, and we see Sam getting better. We praying for him, getting him better, and it's just one step at a time. And he's moved over to Methodist now. He started rehab I think Monday of last week, so he's on his way home.
So when you say that, you mean as in he's got to learn to walk again,
right?
Every
yes.
Yeah, all his motor skills.
Yeah,
we don't know how blessed we are, do we?
That's right.
No.
And his parents and all taking this okay, being there with him?
I mean, it's as good as they can. You know, it's a strain. Everything changed. Your new normal. I mean, and they have a daughter, and trying to manage that. But they've got a group of friends and a family that's got their back. And
one thing that you don't, that just doesn't cross the normal person's mind when something happens like this, especially when it's away from home. It's not in your hometown. You can't go home every night. You've got to stay at a hotel.
Right.
And the expenses that go with just that part and feeding the family each day to be there. Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot goes into it. There's no doubt. I actually thought about that too. The fuel, food, just whatever because you're at a point where it just costs you for everything you're trying to do.
And so as he recovers, it's expensive on their part. So what did y'all decide to do? What are we going to do here?
Well, it went from one thing to another. We started out, and I have done a couple benefits before, never anything on this scale, but I mean, we've done a pretty good one. But it's kind of funny, you start doing something and then somebody reaches out to you, I want to help. Well, Shan reached out to me, well, here we go. And it was just so on and so forth. Lane Taylor Auction got involved. I mean, it has just grown. We started out with a one-day event. Now it's a two-day event. And if we don't hurry up and have it, it may turn into a three-day event. I'm not an event planner. I'm a chicken farmer. I mean, how we can put this together is just strictly because so many good people get behind us. And, I mean, we meeting at the shop once or twice a week. And, try to tell everybody, this isn't a plan, a scheduled event or whatever. We're not sanctioned. We don't do this for a living. You're coming to a chicken farm, but we have.
So it's at the chicken farm.
Yes, I have a big shop, Magnolia Tent and Meridian.
Is the chicken drop involved in this?
No, we're gonna leave the chickens alone.
You didn't think about this, did you?
The chickens pay the bills. We're gonna leave them alone, and we're gonna kick the morning off that morning at 7 at Shan's. And when we talk about being in different locations, we're not 4 miles apart. I mean, this is just a community. We're going. Well, I say Saturday morning. We're going to start at 7 at Shan's at No Limits Customs doing the car show.
All right. So for everybody else who goes, I don't know Shan, and I ain't real sure where he lives at. Tell us how to get there.
Sandtown Road.
Right.
Turn there in front of Bobby's Country Store, and he's right up there on the left.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a half mile, so I'm nowhere down Sandtown Road.
There you go.
And I hate to jump to Saturday because I need to back up to Friday.
What y'all doing then?
Friday, it started out going to cook a hog in the ground.
Yeah.
Well, with the rain, too much groundwater, we had a above ground pit. It's the same concept. The hog's getting cooked whole and all of that. We got a young man that's a friend of Sam's, and it blew my mind. He's 17-year-old, and when he showed me a video playing and singing. I said, man, you're awesome. So he's going to open for us from 6 to 8 Friday night at my farm, and
Riverdan.
Riverdan, 8:30 to 11:30, and I mean, it's going to be a 2-day event. The hog cooking, when you start the hog, it don't stop.
I understand that.
You got to keep it going.
It's an all-night thing. And my farm is 6 miles north of Philadelphia on 21 North going toward Preston. You're not going to be able to miss us. We got banners being made. They'll be hung up everywhere. Follow the crowd. I mean, that's the way it's going to be.
All right, tell me this, because you've piqued my interest. Help me out in telling me what you're going to be auctioning off. Is it silent?
Lord,
Or y'all
there's
get
so
to yell
much
at one
stuff. That's the thing. So many people have. I mean, Danny said it best when we really started this. It was, I think we were planning for something maybe leveled right here, but it has grown to a level that we can't even control anymore. But let's see, it's going to start Friday night. It's going to be the shooting house, right?
Right. And what's funny is all of this 100% donated. We didn't go out and buy all this stuff.
That's even makes it even
people
better.
that
Right.
bring me,
So it's fire pits. It's all kind of firearms.
Yeah. Shoot houses,
yeah.
safes, you name it.
Coolers. I mean, and there's stuff for the women, and I ain't even fixing to get into all of that because I don't know what all's in those baskets. But
me and Odie over here.
I mean,
going,
it's so many things that have come in. I mean, what are we figuring about probably about 4 or 5 hours to do the auction itself.
Wow.
And
we turned into 2 auctions. I mean, it's just growing. We're having a truck show, big truck show, working class truck show, Saturday from 10 to 2 at the livestock facility in Philadelphia. Well,
wow.
We had some guys donate some stuff. It's kind of for the truckers, and this theme is showing up for Sam. We're going to raise money, and the money's going to do what it's going to do. But we just wanted, the family to see how much support Sam has, because, I mean, this man may be 16, 17 years old, but he is respected by so many people, it will blow your mind.
And you can go on Facebook to Sam Allan Smith Benefit and follow that page and keep up with everything that's going on and know exactly where it's at.
I'm posting till 11 o'clock at night and starting back at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting here right here, my phone is steadily going off with donations.
That's wonderful.
And it's been that way from the get-go. But we'll have.
If they want to donate some more stuff, you're still open, and all they got to do is get in touch.
Oh yeah, we had 2. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We had 2 yesterday while we were on the air yesterday morning in Philadelphia. Had one guy step up and donate a week stay in Destin, and so they're going to auction that off. We left from there and had another guy call and donated a brand new upright freezer. So, I mean, it's just like Danny said, it's just steadily poured in. But you are right. You can go to the Sam Allan Smith Benefit Facebook page. You can see everything that's being auctioned off, or the greater majority of it anyway.
Right.
And there's going to be something for everybody. I'm one of those guys, I say get in where you fit in. So there's going to be from buying chicken plates, some of this hog that's being cooked. There's going to be plenty of people there. There's going to be plenty of ways to give and join in and be a part of this. So there's something for everybody there.
All right, give us the dates again, when it's going to happen, what times?
February the 16th, starting at 6 p.m. at my farm. Get on the Facebook page. We're on 21 north of Philadelphia, a few miles, Spring Creek community. You'll see the banners. Saturday morning, it'll start at No Limits Customs on Suntown Road. And we'll go from there. And like I say, when it starts Saturday, just follow the crowd. We're going to go to town. We're going to check out the big trucks, and then we're going to finish the night at my place again. And we're going to have 1,000-something pounds of leg quarters cooked. I mean, we're going to feed everybody. Come hungry. Enjoy the show. I mean, it's going to be something for everybody.
That's if you don't own a place down on the coast and give a week stay, or you don't have $300 to buy a big cooler, but you've got $10 that you want to donate, you can donate the cash. But support this young man and his family as they go through this life-changing event.
And that's how that works. It's $10 or $100. We'll make it work. You just show up and spend some time with us. We'll show you.
Help out this young man. Again, his name is Sam Allan Smith. This is going to be happening in Philadelphia.
Right.
That's where it all goes down. Thank y'all for coming in and telling us about it.
Man, yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Artie, what is it, 20 after the hour?
Yeah. It has gone by.
We'll be right back with more on the way. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want him where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. As we mentioned, there was an incident last night, I-20 out in front of Dirt Cheap.
Yeah, it started on the interstate and ended on North Frontage Road.
Let's go take a look at the woo-woo lights as we go here. Here's the scene of what it looked like last night there. You've got the firemen, you got police, and again, this is right smack dab in front of Dirt Cheap as we have the car run off the interstate and then overturn there.
Man.
What an incident. Fortunately, no one seriously hurt. I'm sure somebody's sore this morning, but it's going to be okay. Yeah. Another thing, as we follow things that are happening in the community, and we go north of here to Collinsville. There's not as much crime. Is there some? Yes, it absolutely is. There's not as much crime that we hear about in the county, but we've got one we wanted to bring up here, and this is a new business that has made it to town. This is the Red Hot. If you've seen the sandwich hamburger place there near Tate's Fireworks, this is what happened just the other night. As someone broke in, they stole some steaks and some hamburgers. The meat was froze. Wow. Could it have been worse? It absolutely could have been. But you know what? It wasn't theirs. They didn't have a right in there. So if you were riding around and you saw something after hours that looked a little odd, call Ward. Tell him about it. He'd probably have to have a little conversation with whoever that was.
Hey, they'll give them something else to eat. It'll be 3 square meals a day.
Yeah, but they'll get that. If they were that hungry, he'll fix them up.
I doubt it's going to be steak.
That's probably true, Odie.
Oh, me. But, that's...
That did happen there in the community. We want you to know about that.
Wow.
Also, we had let's see what else went on yesterday. Several things. We had, what was it? I want to show Dr. Plavich. This guy.
Every single season.
It doesn't matter. Let's show his picture here, Odie.
Talk about getting into it.
That's your heart doctor.
That's a doctor that loves what he does.
He does.
And comes in with the joy that you'd want to see every doctor.
And I like that.
I do too.
We are the next one. I promise we'd go down and make pictures with him on the next occasion. So you be ready. You get ready for your photogenic moment.
We'll go down there.
Sure will. There. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away this here in a little while.
Wait, look. Talking about the Scotty Ray Report and Hyundai of Meridian. All you've got to do is drop by Hyundai of Meridian. They're on Highway 39, the original carriage house. And pick up for your winners out there your cup. And while you're in there, stop by and look at what they've got on the lot and shop with them. But, right now we've got
who's having birthday?
Brock Heiser's 36 years old. Kim Aiken Duncan, 51. Happy birthday. Bradley Martin's 22. Sarah Wilson's 14. And Kevin and Kelly Clearman are celebrating 27 years together. Why'd they wait one day?
I don't know.
Maybe everybody was busy yesterday.
I could have got a preacher that day. They're kind of busy on those days.
Well, I'm available.
Oh, that's right. You are a preacher.
I'm a reverend.
He can do the reverend.
I can marry you.
You can handle all that. You do funerals too?
I hadn't, but I can.
I've done one. I don't ever want to do another one.
That's kind of
that just is not my thing. You do what you have to in life, but that was a tough one.
It's got to be a tough one.
So I respect all y'all that do that every day because it takes a very it's a talent, a God-given talent to be able to talk to people during their time of need and make them feel good about it. It truly is.
And get someone that knows your family member. It's easier on everybody, and you really want someone who knows your family member to talk about them.
Correct.
that's Greg at the time married me and Amy.
Are you sure that that's like legal?
It is in Alabama.
You and Amy are actually married. 30 years later, Odie's going to find out he never was married.
In Alabama, they do things different, and I guess it may have been from the COVID. All you got to do is just show up down at the courthouse and just say, "Hey, we want to get married," and they say, "Sign here and stamp it and say you're married."
A little different Mississippi here.
So
we're going to make sure it's not your second cousin here. Unlike Arkansas, we stick to that.
So here's just a little bit different. You got to have somebody do it for you. But
let's go to Madison, Mississippi, and I wanted to thank somebody who watches us every day from Madison, Mississippi, Miss Kathy Stribling. Kathy, thank you so much for watching us. We appreciate that. In the metro area of that big city, we appreciate that.
It is. It's nice to have people. And now we hadn't looked like in 3 or 4 weeks. We're in 41 states and 12 countries that watch us.
Yeah, it's probably a little higher than that if you get down to it.
I mean, we is growing
every single day. We also had another fire in the city yesterday. It was a mobile home that caught fire. As we share this with you, this would be in the 500 block of 38th Avenue. A mobile home caught fire. I don't think it was totally destroyed, but y'all know how this is. When a fire breaks out and everything gets that smoke smell in it, sometimes it's not any good then. So think about those folks as well there in the city of Meridian that had a fire at their home. Also, we certainly hate to see any of that going on there. We had it was a traffic jam. It's what we had out at Briarwood yesterday. Well, why would they have one? We had a fender bender there at I almost said red light. Let me back up.
At the red light. It's not even a flashing red light, is it?
No, that ain't there. But you will find a stop sign right here at Van Zyverden and Briarwood Road, and that's a little fender bender there. And eventually they got the cars moved out of the road to where it would get traffic flowing again.
So at least open it all back up.
Yeah, absolutely. So everything worked out well there. No one was seriously hurt with it, but it did slow down traffic for just a little while there in the area if you were around there. So another thing with every fire department, you've got to have training. I've been to Long Creek. I've been to several other places that were doing their trainings. But yesterday, the Meridian Fire Department was out and about, and they were doing the same thing, Odie. And I got to walk out, and I carried my camera with me. And let me pull this up. Let me blow this up a little bit here so you can see this. This is the training as we go to Lewis Wrecking Yard. This is after you done dented your car where they haul it to.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's hit this play button to show you. They were practicing cutting a car open here. Now, I know you can hear the wind in the background here, but in case you were trapped in this car, this is the training that they do ahead of time to get you out as quickly as they can. That's the jaws of life there, that cutter there, and boy, that makes a difference in a time of need when you need, it's a life-saving measure, and every second counts to get you to a hospital.
It does take a lot of practice to do it and do it safely, not just for the person who's inside that car, but for the first responders as well. And Meridian Fire Department is always out doing some training.
And you've got to
doing it right.
Put yourself on the other side of this. Put yourself in that car. Think about this for just a second. You're trapped. It's almost like a panic.
It is.
And you want out of there as quick as you can. Not to mention you're probably hurting as well.
You hurt, and all you hear is glass break and metal cutting, and it just gives you, that little sense of, oh man. But you're going to have someone's going to be in there with you. You're going to be under a blanket or something just to kind of help protect you. And one of the first responders is going to be in there with you, talking you through this and all. You're not going to be just sitting there alone. And if you want to learn more, not just from Meridian Police Fire Department, because they're hiring, but also Long Creek, you mentioned it with the training over there. They meet tonight at 6:30. So if you live in the Long Creek area and you want to join the fire department and do what do what your calling could be, go down there and see Chief Keith Doggett and tell him you want to be a part, you want to help them out. 6:30 tonight, Zero Road. Y'all know where it's at, right by the baseball field.
I was asked about a shooting that possibly occurred in DeKalb last night. I reached out to the sheriff of Kemper County, James Moore. I have yet to receive anything back. That's all I can say. We have tried to contact several times. James, we'd love to hear from you and let the citizens know what happened in DeKalb last night. So We await James's reply to find out what the true details are that went on there. DeKalb, Mississippi is where it supposedly happened last night.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we've got going on this morning, but we'll get an answer to that as quickly as we can. While you're out and about, keep this in mind. There's a lot of maintenance in the city of Meridian as they do this. Had some crews working yesterday. You'll often see this in the streets of Meridian. We saw this yesterday. They were cutting limbs right up from here near Meridian High School. That old magnolia tree right there at the corner.
Oh, yeah.
They were cutting limbs off of it. And if you're not paying attention, if you glance off, I'm one of the world's worst going down the road looking at a cow in a pasture.
No.
It just draws my attention. But an accident can happen quickly. We just want to remind you of that. Coming up in just a second, we're going to go back in time and see what happened on this day in time. Also still to come, we're going to find out the battle for Texas, all of that, the hospital there in Quitman. All that's happening this weekend. We got that and much more to go.
Yeah, and we got Blaine Whitmer's 43. Elizabeth LaBiche is having a birthday today.
Wow.
And Abby Williams is 15. And Miss Ava said something about, did you catch her birthday? And I went back, looked, and didn't see where you wished it. So put that on there again.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
We'll grab that.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. And welcome back. I had to reach for the button there to get it going there. Already at 7:30 this morning. Again, it's chilly outside, so be mindful of what you've got going on with that, with what you've got to do. Now, it will warm up. So you need a thin jacket this morning and a short sleeve shirt for later today after it hits at 70.
Yeah, because it's going to rise.
Temperatures do.
Definitely. Oof.
Let's go back in time and start this of guessing what happened on the day. Some of this stuff is always entertaining and interesting to know. We go back to 1903 to find out, well, the very first teddy bear went on sale today. Can you believe that?
And
so
teddy bear.
You, of course, you know the story of the teddy bear, of how all that came about there. The president there.
Yep.
He went a-hunting, if I'm not mistaken. It was in the state of Mississippi.
In Mississippi.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. We're not known for bears, but that happened.
It happened.
And I ain't wanting to run up on one in the dark either.
You know, as long as you take somebody with you, you'll be. But you've got to be a faster runner.
Leave them behind. I truly am one of those don't believe in hunting something that can eat me. Just doesn't work out too well.
Yeah, no.
You'd all of us seen, if you're an avid deer hunter, never, ever, ever go up on one that's injured, because they're not going to be happy about the situation either.
No.
Where did that word come from?
You was thinking of old Harvey.
Have you seen the video of the guy? It's been around for probably 20 years, to where the guy goes down, he shot a deer, he goes down there, and the deer gets up on his hind legs and
and whoops him.
and beats him with his paws.
I wonder if he went back hunting.
That you too. It could happen to you. We go back to 1927, and you'll remember this guy from comedy after comedy, because he truly was funny, and he didn't have to say ugly words to get your attention. No. He was just funny. Anybody remember Harvey Korman?
Funny.
You remember him from the Carol Burnett show, and he was also, if I'm not mistaken, in Blazing Saddles, as he was the governor's assistant. Remember the toll booth? I ain't got a dime.
They had everybody stop.
Oh, that was funny. 1943. Everybody's going to remember this poster. It was released, and it would become famous. And it was what was behind America. What held America together, because, well, all the men were off and gone. As we remember the wartime poster.
we come together as a country.
Was she called? Correct me if I'm wrong. Something Betty Rivet. Rivet was in the name. It seemed like it was.
They were riveters.
Yeah, Betty the Riveter or something to that effect. It's been a long time since I've seen that poster, but boy, it brings back memories of what our country's gone through to make us what we are today. Keep those folks in mind. Still a few of us are a few of them still around there that do remember that. 1950, this would be when children could actually watch cartoons and not be worried about it being some other kind of agenda. Cinderella.
Yeah. Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie. There we go. Everybody remembers there.
Yeah. Well, they've got
what I call her, Debbie?
Or something like that.
Whoops.
So I wonder if R.W. knew the answer to that.
I don't know. How's he doing?
He's doing better. He went home yesterday,
That's
arguing
good.
and complaining and all that. But he's at home. I hope you got your legs up, R.W. Y'all go see him.
We wish him a speedy recovery.
A speedy recovery.
I'm having all types of word twisters this morning. Speddy and speedy.
The driveway's probably clogged up for all these people bringing him casseroles. And all. That's what got him into place in the first
1951. Y'all remember her from Medicine Woman. You remember that show? Yeah. Jane Seymour.
Yes.
She was also in that movie with Superman, Somewhere in Time. She's been in a lot of different movies. She's still just as beautiful today as she was then. She was born in 51, and she has always just had that little bit of class there. You know what I mean?
She did have some class.
Just a pretty lady there, and always played good parts there. It was on this day that Danny Thomas bumped into Andy Griffith. Well, actually, he got a speeding ticket from Andy. This Philadelphia got him a big show back in the day. As we remember this episode there where Andy was justice of the peace. He was also the editor, the mayor, the whole 9 yards, as he took care of everything in Mayberry.
He was everything, wasn't he?
He had a change of heart there in the end there. As we go back to, this is sad as we look at things that happened in history. Back in 61, the U.S. figure skating team, every one of them lost their life. As we'll go back to 1961 for this. The entire team was killed in a plane crash. Awful that.
Wow.
18 members perished in that airplane crash. Back in 62, this guy was everywhere. He was famous. He could fill $1, a 20, and know the difference of it.
Yes.
And if you've ever listened to Paul Harvey talk about the rest of the story, he had a brother. They were taking a bath at the same time, and his brother drowned. He never saw anything after that ever again, after his brother drowned. Yep. As we talk about, I Can't Stop Loving You. It was recorded in 1962 on this date. Ray Charles was the man, and what a talent he was. A distinctive voice that you'd know anywhere. He broke a lot of barriers.
Seven Spanish Angels with
Willie.
With Willie, that was good. That's awesome.
He had a bunch of things. This guy, next guy. Every time I see his name, I just think of that deer inside the car, inside that convertible. These two fools picked up a deer that was hit on the side of the road and put it in the back seat.
That's going to leave a mark.
Chris Farley was born on this day at 60. That was a hilarious. Remember the bee scene?
That's what I was just fixing to say. They were speeding down the road. The cop got behind them, and he said, "Just hold on." And he started swerving all over the road, and he's like, "Man, we're going to really get arrested this time." And he drove off into a ditch, and he said, "Just get out and follow me." And they started swatting the bees, and the cop says, "Never mind."
I'll just stay. Can't blame him. Tommy Boy was probably, in my opinion, his best movie that he did. Now, he done a lot of other shows, but that one really was hilarious.
Well, Saturday Night Live, when Saturday Night Live was funny.
Yeah.
You know.
It was the Coneheads, and we're in that era there. Three wild and crazy guys.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they even made fun of the Three Amigos on there at some point.
They did. Now was
Rosanna Dana. She did do that.
Y'all remember Pat?
Yes, I do. And everybody go. Now I guess you couldn't do that, could you?
No.
That's one of our news stories today. There's a little lady. She is in her 80s, Odie. She was a volunteer for, I think, muscular dystrophy for years, and she didn't understand this new pronoun thing. And they told her she could no longer work because she upset a coworker for not knowing her new pronouns.
Well,
Oh, yeah, they'd fire Odie. 1965, this guy was good. His daughter
Yes, he
became a
was.
legend
Oh,
later
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But Nat King Cole would pass away on this day back in 1965. And that was before I came along. But of course, we all know chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
oh, remind me in Christmas, I'll tell you a joke. Like
Okay, all right, you do that. I'm afraid, but I'll wait till Christmas. In 1972, this guy would win an award for Song of the Year. He would rent a helicopter to get the song into the hands of the man. Now, this is a different day and time, but he had to be clever. The place had a big fence around it. He couldn't get to it. So he rents a helicopter. And here we go. As well, the rest is history. As Sunday Morning Coming Down would be recorded and become a national #1 song for Johnny. Chris Christopherson wrote it. If you've never listened to Sunday Morning Coming Down, if you've ever been away from home anywhere, you're lonely for being home, and the smell of fried chicken hits you.
Oh,
Man, it just takes you back to when you were a kid at your mom's house, and it really makes you live that moment there. You know, he wakes up and he finds his cleanest dirty shirt. That says a lot of a man that's in a lot of trouble there. And he walks down, sees a kid playing, and he wants to go home, but, well, he can't. And a Sunday morning coming down.
you know, you said fried chicken. You know, a deep cast iron pot with some fat, some Crisco,
Yeah.
the good stuff. You know, where you cook
Good heart
one
attack
side-
stuff.
Yeah, or you cooked one side of the chicken at a time and then flipped it over and cooked the other side. That's fried chicken, not dunked off into a swimming pool of grease.
Yep. First time I ever heard this name, I was listening to a Hank Williams Jr. CD, and he was talking about, I love all them Allman Brothers, Big John Cash. But if you don't like Hank Williams, and he mentioned this, I won't say the rest of that next line. It's PG. But he mentioned this old girl, but I'm in love with Linda Ronstadt. That was the first time I ever heard of who Linda Ronstadt was. As we go back, in 1975, she had a #1 hit today called Baby, You're No Good. Baby, You're No Good.
You're
That's-
no good.
That's
You're
the
no good.
only thing I know from that song.
Well, me too.
Do you know any other words?
No, that's
We
all
need
I
a
can
we
say.
need a little choir whenever we go to this. Somebody that can sing more than we can.
Well, you know the
I mean,
guy
actually,
who,
somebody that can sing.
the guy, the guy who did the Scotty Ray theme song. He had backup singers,
Man, that
the
guy's
whole
good.
9 yards. Yeah, he's good.
We're going to have him on the show. We're going to contact him. That I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, we went to eat lunch yesterday. We were at Mr. Rogers, and we were greeted. The entire staff came out playing the song. It was one of those Kodak moments.
Yes, it
I hate
was.
you to take the picture, but
And the rest of the restaurant was sitting there watching and smiling along with us.
it was cute. Thank y'all so much for a great lunch yesterday at
Yes.
Mr. Rogers. We enjoyed that. 1975, on the other side of the radio dial, if you went down it, there was another old guy that had a hit. Well, it was a devil. It's in the bottle. Oh, and she wants to take my soul. T.G. Shepherd had a #1 hit with it. Now, Hank Jr.'s record, countless people have recorded this, but it would be T.G. that took this song to the top of the charts that everybody would recognize. I love that song. There's nothing like a good drinking song, and well, this
And
is
that's
one of
it.
them.
Yep.
And it won't let me go. Let's see what else happened. Oh, let's go 1980. There's always somebody in a relationship that goes, I wonder where she is. May I need to put that 360 on her, see where she is. Well, there was no such thing as 360 other than Ma Bell and a payphone when this song came out. But I saw it on Hee Haw, and I fell in love with it the first time I saw it. Let's go back for John Anderson, and she just started liking cheating songs. And I don't know if it's a melody or the cheating she likes. Ooh. What a line that was.
Ooh, that was a
I've
line.
never had any reason to doubt her. But lately, something's different. She's got a different look in her eye. You've been kind of scared. I know all the words to that one.
Yeah, you know them all, don't you?
I know that old country stuff. I didn't watch this.
Oh,
I
I
know it
did.
was big. You watched this?
Yeah.
No.
A long time ago.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This was a chick flick, wasn't it?
When I was watching it with a chick.
Odie and his playbook. The Breakfast Club was released in '85.
Some
I have-
things you do for love.
Isn't that the same cast that was in 16 Candles?
Close to it is a
and
good bit of
this
them.
little guy here was in that driver's license movie to where he wrecked his grandma's 72 caddy.
Yeah, and LeBlanc. They was in that movie where they brought in.
Wait a minute. Is that Emilio Estevez?
Yeah.
I just now noticed him in it.
Yeah.
The things that you don't know. But that really looks like was it a chick flick? You don't remember, do you? You wasn't even watching. You were trying to hit on a girl.
Well.
1994, this would come along. It would cause a controversy, which was good for him because nobody knew who he was. He had a tribe get real mad at him and say, you can't do that. And that just propelled the song all the way to #1 as we go back for I'm an Indian Outlaw. Catch me in my buffalo briefs. Got 'em all standing in line.
Alligator says that it is not a chick flick.
It wasn't?
That's because you wasn't watching it with a flick, with a chick, Alligator.
There was a song from St. Elmo's Fire. I remember, and I can't tell you the name of it.
St. Elmo's Fire.
I can feel the something. I don't know. 1996, we would lose I think this guy really played the part better than Potter did. As we go back for MASH, as we would find out that McLean Stevens passed away on this day back in 96. I really liked him. He was a good actor.
He was good on MASH.
Yeah, Potter was just so stuffy to where this guy was always had a smile.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about him.
Well, he was half clueless sometimes. Potter was straight down the middle.
I ain't gonna lie about this next story. And he would pass away in 96. But as a kid, I wanted one of these so bad.
I did too.
Because he was smart.
I thought they could talk.
I did too. Saved the day. And what a beautiful dog it is. And we're talking about Lassie. The guy that played Lassie passed away in 1996. Oh, the kid in Lassie.
Yeah.
But Lassie was that not a cool dog?
That was a cool. And I wanted a dolphin just because of Flipper.
You wanted a Baywatch star after watching that too.
I got one.
Well, look at him throwing out a little compliment.
Now, yeah.
1998, it would be the first win. Daytona 500, as we go back to remember Dale walked away with it in 98.
And
Big day for him.
Lost his life at Daytona.
Sure did. This has got to be, and I mean this with all my heart, what a lady she was. And you would see her in the Shawshank Redemption. She was on the wall in there.
Yeah.
And in the homes of so many others, different posters. She would hang out with Clint Eastwood a beautiful lady, and she would pass away 1 year ago today, a lady among ladies, as we lost Raquel Welch last year on this day. Was she not gorgeous?
She was, and she was in Grumpy Old Men.
Sure was. And look, I don't know how old she was in this picture, but it was on up. And she looked like that until the day she departed.
Yes.
I have just, and now don't get me wrong, I'm sure she had a friend, a cosmetic surgeon somewhere, but she was beautiful. She really was. The St. Elmo's Fire was the name of that song. Thank you, Beverly.
I sang it to you just a minute ago.
Did it?
St. Elmo's Fire.
I don't think that was it, Odie.
Well, that's all I can come up with.
I can feel the fire. It's something, that line in it like that.
I don't know. Uncle Google's got it.
Sandy says that was just an everybody flick. She said it was not a chick flick. I didn't know. It just
helped, I reckon.
It didn't have a Trans Am. It didn't have an 18-wheeler or Coors Light in it at the time, and it didn't draw my attention.
And it didn't have a cop from out of state.
Didn't have Daisy Duke in it. Those were the TV shows that really influenced my childhood.
Yes.
Oh, not to mention Wonder Woman. She had a lasso.
And an invisible jet.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that. We'll be right back as we invite Jerry to our studio. Jerry Mason's going to be joining us and tell us about what's happening in Quitman this weekend.
And we got Daniel Bedingfield's having a birthday. Dyson Thomas is 12 years old. Frank P.J. Sperano, 17. I'm sorry I butchered that. Russell Lee's got a birthday today, too. So Tyler Daniel Scott is having the 32nd birthday today. So, man, keep on getting them in because your Hyundai Meridian Scotty Ray Report mug is up for grabs today at the end of the show.
Okay, Jim, that's funny. He said we need to sing in sign language. That's telling us we're awful. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back after this. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in. are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back. As we promised, we've got Jerry in the studio with us, and he's dressed for the part that's going to be happening in Quitman this weekend. Jerry, how in the world are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready. I want this to get going and see all the people come out there at Archuse Creek Water Park this weekend and see the reenactors out there and all the events and things that are going on for the Battle for the Texas Hospital.
And for those who go, well, I don't know about this, well, there was a battle in Quitman, and it was over the hospital.
It was basically a skirmish. When we were beat at Vicksburg, they come across there and just trying to destroy all the main roads and railroads.
They done a pretty good job, didn't they?
Yes, sir. They tore the railroad down, the bridge in Quitman, and the hospital, which was built by Texans, for Texan soldiers, at about a 200-man bed hospital there, and they destroyed it and just destroyed all equipment and the courthouse and everything.
So it went away, and I got a bad feeling I know how this story ended. We lost the war there, and Quitman was destroyed. But each year, a group gets together and reenacts this, and history is so important. And if you have never seen this, of the cannon fire and the smoke on the field, it's kind of like, what was that, Sweet Home Alabama?
Yes.
That's a real true picture of what goes on there.
Yeah. We have reenactors coming from everywhere, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, Louisiana. I mean, they're coming from everywhere just to do this.
Jerry, I've often wondered this of when you become a reenactor, and I would think that it takes time to move up even in reenacting and rank, where you can't just go out and be the general today. You've got
exactly.
Am I right?
Yeah, we all like to start out as privates. And then you work your way up, and then the more you learn about reenacting and be able to lead troops, you get promoted up.
So it's a big deal if you play Grant or you play Lee on the field. You're somebody at that point.
Exactly. And we have several of them that actually they're professionals at it. And they look really good and they play the part really good.
Now I've seen some, they'll be on that hill and you look over there, man, you'd swear that's General Lee on the hill or Grant. You would think at a distance you couldn't tell them apart. Or Jackson on the hill. Of course, Stonewall Jackson, who got his name from, well, he didn't blink, did he?
Nope.
It didn't matter what was going on. That man was going to be there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have several things out there, not just the battle, but we're going to have the H.L. Hundley, which was the first successful submarine that was built in Mobile. And my friend Al Coach, he's bringing that up from South Carolina, and it's a full-scale replica of it. And if you've never seen this before, you need to come see it.
Yeah.
We have John T. Wayne, who's John Wayne's grandson, is going to be out there this weekend too, having his books and signing. He's a very good author, and his new book out about him finding out he's John Wayne's grandson.
But that's pretty neat to find out.
Oh yeah, but he's a very interesting man. He loves to talk, and he's very good. But we have several things. Starting tomorrow, we have school days for the kids. And then later on in that afternoon, all the reenactors like to go to Shefsky's restaurant down in downtown Quitman.
Right.
And they dress up in the gear. We'll have the unreconstructed string band there. Everybody's invited.
I love it.
We'll get out there and you can dance with us.
Jerry, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I think somebody took a piece of your ear off there in your reenactment there.
Well, I'm trying to get into the part. I have my dermatologist, Dr. Russ, and his nurse, China, helped me out on that yesterday. So I want to give out a shout out to them. Thank y'all. And
it looks authentic.
Yeah, he said I should get a whole bunch of bandage, but he didn't have any dirty bandage for me. So
somebody just said, love the quilt. And we need to talk about what you've got right there beside
this
you.
quilt, it is so beautiful. This lady handmade this quilt. She spent over 500 hours. She is a
500?
over 500 hours on this quilt. Everything's handmade, not a sewing machine stitch in it. She's a reenactor, and she would come, and she'd be the one to sew our buttons on when they fall off and our rips and stuff. When she wasn't doing that, she'd sit there by her camp, and she would sew these things. And one day she asked me, she said, how would you like to have this to help raise funds? So we have this quilt on raffle this weekend.
Yeah.
And also a rifle that we're going to be having, a Henry rifle. But this is so pretty. I wish I could win it.
That is beautiful.
But come out there, and we have raffle tickets out there for everybody.
No,
you don't have to be. Yeah.
Where do you get them at? Is it?
Well, you can get them from me, or you can come out to Archusa Creek Water Park this weekend, and they will be for sale there.
Okay. And
good deal.
Just look for that. All of that's right. What else do y'all have going on with this? Saturday, what's the lineup? What goes on then?
Well, Saturday, it starts out, we're going to be start out Saturday morning.
Pull this up where everybody can see this. This is how it kind of all begins there. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah. At Saturday morning, we're going to have our reveille. We get going, and we'll all go down to the cemetery down in Quitman for a memorial there at 9 o'clock. And then at about 11 o'clock, we'll have a women's tea. And you don't have to be a reenactor to show up there. You just come and fellowship with the women, and they'll have a speaker and have some tea and just socialize. We'll also have the battle starts at 2 o'clock. And we'll have, last year we had 8 cannons. We may not get that many this year, but we'll have cannons on each side. And we wake up Quitman.
If you have never been around when a cannon goes off, it will rattle the windows. It is going to be really authentic. It makes you feel like you're a part of what happened one day in time.
And when you see all that smoke going off, it really lets you see. And if you've never been to one, this is the time to come to a local one. We need to support Archusa because they've had, the dam broke.
That's right.
And we need to support Quitman in Clark County. They're helping us put this on and letting us do it. And everybody, and it's $10 a car to come in the gate. And that's, you can pack them in there. Just don't come in a bus, but pack them in there and come and enjoy them. And we'll have a dance later on Saturday night. It's starting at 7 o'clock, and it's open to the public too. We like to throw off a little steam, and sometimes the people meet other reenactors there and become wives, girlfriends, and that's a good place to take that significant other to dance.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle Winstead, are you listening?
All right, now raffle tickets on the quilt and the
rifle. It's $2 a ticket, or you can get 3 tickets for $5, 7 tickets for $10, or 15 tickets for $20. And as my brother says, that's a steal, not a deal.
That's a steal, not a deal. That's right.
Check it all out this weekend. Jerry, thank you for coming in and telling us about this.
Yes. Thank y'all for letting me come in again.
It's always fun. Quitman is where it will all be happening, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I hope you will take part of this at Archusa Water Park. If you need more information, inbox us. We'll be glad to tell you where about and how to do all of that stuff. Coming up, we've got a coffee mug to give away to someone. Y'all
we do.
Rush off.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power, 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPel windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. As I was looking at this, we had a big drought this year.
Yeah, we did.
Statistically, they're saying throughout the state of Mississippi, around 12 million trees died from that drought. And if that was part of your retirement program, that ain't good.
No, you better hope you had insurance. Just like every other emergency with your home, your automobile, everything, you need insurance because the government's not going to step in to take care of everything.
That's right.
So if you got trees.
And there's insurance for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
It truly is. Are you going to insure that?
You can get it.
Like, at a basketball game, you know how they'll have somebody come out at the halftime to shoot a hoop at 250 yards. You have to go through this hoop, that hoop to make it. Well, they sell insurance on that. If somebody makes it, then it pays off them.
Same with that car. You get a hole-in-one, you win a brand new car. There's insurance that covers that. They're not out the cost of that car. An insurance company does.
The things that you learn through the years there. All right, let's give away the car. I think we had some more birthdays, didn't we?
Lois Jones come in at 68 years young.
Go Lois.
And Wesley Dennis has got a birthday today. So here we are, and we're going to hit the go button and chink. 3, Kim Aiken Duncan has got a birthday today, 51 years old, and has won the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee mug. Go by Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39, the old carriage house. Go in there and check them, make sure that you've got the brand new car. She's always in the market for a new car anyway.
Absolutely there.
So
enjoy your coffee mug. You'll have years and years and years with that. We can't thank y'all enough for letting us come into your homes and your hearts. Always a lot of fun. Tomorrow, don't forget, it's Friday where we let anything happen. As a matter of fact, Greg's going to stumble in with us tomorrow to help out on Friday. What do we call it? Greg Friday?
Greg Friday. We're going to talk about RW a little bit.
Yeah, and we do hope he's doing better.
We do.
We pick on him, but we sure hope he's doing better.
We love him to death. He's a good one.
Anybody checked in on the sheriff of Clark County today? Is he doing
well? A little bit, and I don't know if RW can go with it. He did get a passport, so he can travel into Clark County because it's the only place he's going to go. So we'll have to check on that, make sure that the sheriff, the chief deputy, and the coroner is all doing good.
We got to make sure.
And I want to know how Harold is because I want to make sure Barry took Harold some chocolate or something last night. At least a rose he could eat.
You got to take care of your donkey. That's what we're getting to. Yeah. Everybody's got somebody. Barry's got Harold.
Barry's got Harold.
Ooh,
and Harold's got Barry.
Yeah. all I picture, y'all, is from what was the movie where Eddie Murphy played the donkey?
Oh, yeah.
Shrek.
Yeah. Shrek. Are we there, donkey?
Not today, donkey.
Not today, donkey.
That's my favorite line. Dylan got me hooked on that. We were talking about something that went wrong, and he goes, "Not today, donkey," and that has stuck in my head ever since that moment.
Oh me, I tell you, it is it's something else. But we love all of them down there. We love Clark County.
Yep. We thank y'all so much for being a part of what we do. We can't do it without you. What makes this happen every single day is you. God bless you. Thank you. And Odie, you going to take us out?
Yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow, and hope to see everybody here again. One thing to remember is spend your day with Jesus Christ. Think about him for the way he thinks about us. Ask him to protect you through your prayers and pray for other people to put a smile on their face as well as yours. That's one person that can change your life is Jesus Christ and a relationship with him. See you in 23 hours. We'll be back for another great show. We love you. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.